Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to do something a little more relaxed and fun. So today I was actually watching one of Luna Serenova's uploads. She just posted today as I'm filming, and it was called Rank the TikTok Trends, something to that effect. And her friend Maggie came up with this ranking system and has invited everyone to join in. So if you're seeing this and would like to take part, definitely try it. I think this is going to be really fun for me to reflect on some of the trends that we see on the TikTok channels and just have a little bit of fun while we do it. So let's dive in. Hopefully this works. I've never done a screen recording option before on my laptop or on my desktop. Hopefully this works and I'm not just talking to myself. So first off, it starts off with the High Priestess here. This High Priestess energy is like tip-top advice, anything. This is like anything you would do in your own practice. You would offer it to anyone as a piece of advice to try. Next is Call the Coven. So it's just a little bit below that. It's not maybe like the most like world-changing advice, but you would definitely tell others to try it out. Then we have the middle tier here, and this is Black Cats and Broomsticks. So this one is like the middle of the road. It's average, it's meh, it's like whatever. And then we have Mercury and Gatorade. So this might be something that could be useful, but maybe is really misinformed or could cause a lot of misinformation. And then we also have Call the Church. And this one is just basically terrible advice. You would never tell anyone to do it, and you wish you never saw it online, basically. So I'm just going to go through all of these and rank them and see where we're at. Hopefully it's not too much all in the trash level, so we'll see. Okay, so here we have the first one is Lucky Girl Syndrome. This one, like, it's okay, it doesn't hurt anyone, and I think it's good to have a positive mindset, so that's a good point for this one. Where do I want to put this one? I think definitely just Black Cats and Broomsticks. This is a little bit of a meh. It doesn't really matter to me. It's not something that's world-changing. It's definitely middle of the road. Not like it will make a huge difference in your practice if you don't think that you're lucky. And if you don't think you're lucky, you can always do a lucky spell to make yourself that way. But having that mindset is not going to make or break you, I don't think. The next one we have is Everyone is a Witch. Now, I don't think so. Everyone can be if they want to be, but not everyone is a witch, and not everyone is practicing the witchcraft practices that we do. So, like, this one might be a little bit, I might have a little bit of pushback on this one, but I think it can cause a little confusion or wishy-washiness, so I think I'm just gonna put this one in Mercury and Gatorade. It's not good. It's not really helping anyone. Alright, the next one we have is honey spells. So honey spells have been around for forever through many different cultures. I love honey. I use it every time I do any type of candle working. I use it as a binder for anything that I want to sweeten towards me. And this one, I guess it could be a little bit misinformative because there could be crossing territory into appropriative practices where things like hoodoo and voodoo, they are more closed practices and use honey with their honey jars specifically. But when it's coming to a honey jar spell, then yes, that would most definitely be like Mercury and Gatorade. But this is not saying a honey jar. This is saying a honey spell. And honey is not like gatekept from any culture. Many cultures use it. So I love honey spells. I would say Call the Coven on this one. Everyone should try a honey spell, especially if you're trying to sweeten something towards you, like a goal or desire, or just to be favored a little more at work, those kind of things. They work really well, and it's so easy to incorporate. Okay, next we have zodiac rankings. I don't hate them. I also just think they're very wishy-washy, and a lot of people who are posting about them, I find they're not studied or learned in any practice of astrology. So I find it can be just really annoying just to hear people bag on other people for however long in a video, and then makes people avoid others just because of their sign, if you're silly enough to actually do that. So I think that's stupid, and I really don't like when people are just like ragging on other people just for views. I don't think that's fun. We'll put this one in Mercury in Gatorade. Alright, next is love spells. I'm going to probably stir a little bit of a pot here. I'm gonna put love spells in High Priestess energy. Like, why not? What's the most High Priestess energy? Is to love yourself, is to love others. This is not specifically saying love spells that are like controlling others. This is love spells specifically. So that could be self-love, it could be family love, friendship love, self-acceptance, it could be self-care, it could be healing your inner traumas, doing shadow work, all those kind of things. It could be love spells petitioning for you to connect to someone that's open to your connection. And that is why I'm going to put that one up on High Priestess energy, because what's more high vibe than love? So that's going there. I don't think it's saying love spells that are domineering at all. A lot of you are probably going to test me on that, but it's okay. The next one is aura tests. This one I wish I could actually do. I am not clairvoyant yet as much as I would like to be. This is something my partner has the gift of that they wish they didn't have, but I wish I could see things. I've tried this a lot. I've actually tried this. I can't seem to see the aura of myself. I can see objects and other animals and stuff like that, but I can't really see myself yet. It doesn't hurt anyone. It's not spreading misinformation. I think it's going to be black hats and broomsticks. It's a bit of a middle of the road for me. The next one is this video found you for a reason. As many times I've seen this video, I've probably rolled my eyes probably 10,000 times. This gives me like the ick. I don't know what it is. There's ways of doing videos where you're not doing this video found you for a reason, right? Like most people know, most practitioners at least know that if it resonates, then it's for you. But honestly, whenever I see this, I don't even believe the reader anymore. I find it is more of a gimmick to get people to watch all the way through and to share their video, which I don't like. I feel like it's a little bit on the edge of clickbaity, and I hate that. It's also not hurting anyone, really. So it's gonna go Mercury in Gatorade. This is getting a little heavy in here. Hopefully I'm gonna be completely full with that one. The next one is intuition tests. I love these. These are so fun. I do them all the time. I was actually considering doing these on my TikTok before I realized TikTok is just a little too much work for me. This would be fun to just do in a video here or there once in a while. But these are great for just like testing your overall skills and where you are in your practice with like increasing your intuition and your knowing. So I would definitely say Call to Coven. This one I think everyone should try out. Alright, so the next one is working with dark deities. This one may not be for everyone. Definitely don't think. A lot of people might jump into that a little too quickly. Sorry, my partner's having a conversation upstairs. Hopefully, it's not too loud. Working with deities of the dark energy. I'm all on board with that. I'm actually starting a bit of a journey with that myself. I just entered a course with Kristen Ramazana, and her entry-level course, just learning about basic spirits on the malevolent side and all that kind of thing, and then learning about working with the infernals, which is amazing. But I don't think it's everyone. Let's just put it, I don't know, I might change this one. I feel, where did it go? I don't know, it doesn't belong there. I might change this later. I'm gonna put Call the Coven, because necessarily I don't think everyone should be doing this, at least not right away. Okay, so the next one is Freezer Curses. I think freezer spells are great. I don't think they're necessarily a curse. They're definitely a binding agent. So this can be confusing for people. And I use them all the time. Honestly. It's probably like the main way where I keep my peace in life. I would say Black Cats and Broomstick. It's not going to make or break your practice. It's not going to hurt anyone if they do it. But it will give you a bit of a respite while you're trying to figure out what you want to do next, ritual or mundane wise. So I think it's definitely going to fit there in the middle category. All right, the next one is Witch Aesthetic. I love a good aesthetic. I have not really completely solidified my aesthetic, at least in my house. A lot of my aesthetic in my house is like warm woods and clean lines and just natural, soft grays and oranges and greens. But I would like my witchy space specifically to be a little bit more my vibe. And you'll see that more very soon. I have just revamped my entire aesthetic catalog through all my banners, all my YouTube thumbnails, and all of that stuff. So that stuff's going to be posted up very soon. Even my podcast visualizer is completely new. And hopefully I'll be able to start translating that more into my ritual space as well. So we know I love a good witch aesthetic. I don't think anyone can own an aesthetic. There's people who dress gothic or sometimes enjoy being a little more gothic but don't necessarily resonate with the culture. There's people who are a little more enjoy dressing a little more preppy or like sweet, but they may not always resonate with the culture of the prep person. So I definitely think an aesthetic is what you enjoy, it's what you resonate with. I feel like it's an outward expression of who you are on the inside, whether or not you're part of a community with it. So I think everyone can own a little bit of a witchcraft aesthetic. I think it makes life a little more interesting. It makes things a little bit more magical. And it can also allow you to craft magic in your home life. So I think this is definitely High Priestess energy. Your home should be a spell in itself, I think. Okay, the next one is WitchTok gatekeeping. I necessarily don't think... Does anyone's computers do this? I don't know why it always shrinks my screen when I touch my mouse by accident. Okay. Hopefully it's not too small now. Alright, so the next one is WitchTok gatekeeping. Now, necessarily think there's any real gatekeeping in the world anymore, especially because we have the world of the internet. For sure, I agree with Luna with that. Although I do support gatekeeping in the terms of protecting closed practices, but I don't think it's hurting anyone, honestly. You have all the information at your fingertips that you want. So I think this one, black cats and broomsticks. The next one we have is types of witches. Now, I love this one. I have done a video on it before. I think this is a good way for you to explore different practices through labels of witches and what consists under those labels so that you can better understand yourself and your practice. So this is something, I think it's fun. I definitely don't think you need to take yourself too seriously with it. It's just a label. Like I said in all of my videos on this topic, this is just something for you to explore and to have you have a better understanding of the different options that we have out there. So I'm gonna put this one in Call the Coven. I think it's a good resource for you to explore your options. Okay, and the next one here is blowing cinnamon through your door. This one I don't think is gonna like completely change your month, but I think it's fun. It's a little overplayed, that is for sure. I think people use it now just because they know it's gonna get views, but I definitely think it is amazing and it helps you get into a practice of ritualizing your routines. I was just actually talking about this on a recent podcast that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks about becoming more in tune with your ritual process and making it more of a lifestyle resonance versus just forcing yourself into a routine that you don't want to do. So I think it doesn't hurt anyone. It's not. I think honestly, it's black hats and broomsticks. It's not gonna change much. I might change this one. We'll see. I'll come back to it. The next one is lazy witchcraft. This one is going straight into High Priestess. This one's going straight into High Priestess. This one is excellent, especially for someone who has energy and like issues or any type of mental health or anything like that, like myself. This is great for just doing your spellcraft in a way that is effective for you at the time, whether that is batching all of your witchcraft rituals or having contingency spells ready to go and already done before a situation comes up, or if that's doing it in a little less of an energetic way, like slapping together an easy spell while you're cooking dinner or doing a meditation because that's all you can do. I think it's amazing. It helps you to connect to your practice and not feel guilty about not necessarily doing things the way you should be. I think it's perfect. I think it belongs up here. All right, so the next one that we have is Good Vibes Only. Now this one is going straight into Call the Church. This one, I highly agree with Luna, is very much right-wing alt vibey. It's also emotionally bypassing, and I think that's what the main problem is in a lot of communities, is not being able to explore your emotions or express those in a public setting. And I think if we were more comfortable with ourselves to be able to express ourselves at work, in your school, in the public eye, I think most people would feel a lot more heard and seen and not feel like they have to hide in the universe. This is honestly probably the most negative thing I've ever heard, is good vibes only. There is no just good vibes in the universe. There's good, and then there's also the opposite. Everything has an equal and an opposite like attraction to it. So where there is ultimate good, there's also ultimate negative. So I think that belongs right there. Next one is Twin Flames. Now, this one, it can definitely become a little bit tea for sure, but I definitely would like to believe there are twin flames out there. I feel like I might be in one of those relationships, but it's not in like the terms of feeling cult-like. This is very much like spiritual connection. Now, I don't think that everyone's gonna have that kind of relationship, and I don't necessarily can guarantee that's what that is for me, but definitely just because of the negativity that it can perpetuate. Oh, I'm gonna put that right into Mercury in Gatorade. I might move it. We'll see. Depending. If you're thinking of it in the way that I am, it's not so bad. If you're thinking about it in the way that those culty people on the documentary did, it definitely goes into the cult of the church vibes. Simmer pots straight into Call of a Coven. This is something everyone should do. Doesn't hurt anyone. It helps to elevate the space. It helps to change the energy signature. I use it when it's very cold. It's very dry here where I live all year long. So I like to use simmer pots to help humidify the house and spread the energy that I was wanting. So they're great. I even like to use them in the summer at nighttime just to wake up the space. So the next one is Lucky or Money Jars. I love these. I love money jars. Money jars are really good specifically for creating immediate action or more volatile energy to come in quickly. So I like to use them not just as like a jar that people would place in a spot, but you're going to shake it every time that you remember about it. So you see it and you're going to shake it up. You're going to do it daily until your manifestation comes to you. This is great for quick, smaller bits of money or larger windfalls of money that you want very quickly and you don't really care where it comes from. Super good for that. I also really love money bowls. Mine's right there. Money bowls are more good for having consistent and long-term money in your life, that it's going to be more grounded and foundational. So that one's really good. I like to be able to like get into it every week and add to it, add some oils, stir it up, add some coins, take from it whenever I am able to. And you want to be constantly feeding and causing a form of this constant flow in and out to allow it to keep the flow of money coming in and out of your life. So this one is definitely Call a Coven. I think everyone should have this in their practice in some way, shape, or form. Who doesn't need a little extra money, especially in this economy? The next one is what people think I do versus what I actually do. I think this is extremely amazing for everyone involved in the occult community. It's going straight up to High Priestess energy. Tippy top right there. So this one is great because it really showcases what we really are about, especially because now I find even in 2025, we have a little bit of that satanic panic happening again, and people just don't understand what they're not willing to ask about, and they don't understand what they don't understand, and they become fearful of it instead of just like getting to know each other. Everyone's always going to be fearful of things that they don't know. So being able to like peel back the curtain a little bit without being too exposing on your own practice, but exposing like what it really is for you to do, like a moon ritual. For me, it's like pulling some cards and interpreting my dreams that week, or how I'm feeling inside and what I want to achieve the next moon cycle in terms of like my goals of life. That's not that scary, is it? And most people are thinking, oh, she's doing a moon's like ritual. She's naked under the moon, which is, there's nothing wrong with, by the way, but she's making a sacrifice and all this other stuff. And you know what? In the meantime, our sacrifices are maybe like giving up TV or giving up advice that is bad for our goals and dedicating more time to our practice or our betterment of ourselves. So that kind of demystifies a little bit for people who don't quite understand. So I love that. Changing your appearance using witchcraft. Oh boy. This one, I don't think it can really technically hurt anyone unless you're gullible enough to believe it. And then I don't think it really will hurt you in the end though. I think honestly Mercury and Gatorade. Yes, you can use glamours to change your people's perception of you, but you can't physically change your appearance. You can change your appearance in your mundane life through exercise and your eating and through things like washa and meditation and a healthier lifestyle. But you can't change your eye color because you use witchcraft. That's just not happening. But you can change the way people perceive you. You can be perceived more powerful or more sweet, less menacing. You can make yourself invisible to the world if you want to, in the way you perceive yourself into the world, the way you dress, and you can fade into the background in that way. But you're using glamours with that. You're not changing your appearance using a ritual, if that makes sense. So those are my rankings. It's a little heavy on the black hats and broomsticks and a bit in the Mercury and Gatorade. But overall, I honestly think it's pretty good. It looks like Call the Coven is the heaviest. I'm changing Call the Coven, how do you spell, up into High Priestess energy because this one is definitely something that I think is extremely useful and it doesn't hurt anyone and it doesn't spread misinformation, and I think it's beneficial to everyone and it works. Yeah, that's not exactly how I thought it was gonna look. So that's the video, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. This was really fun for me. It was my first ever ranking of anything. And if you enjoyed it, I'll definitely do more of these in the future now that I've finally figured out how to record on my computer screen. If you'd like to support the channel further, definitely go check out my Patreon link down below. If you've not yet subscribed, make sure that you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you don't miss out when I post. And if you want to take part in this tag, I suppose it is, definitely check out the original creator. I'll link hers and Luna's video down below. And make sure you take part in it and tag them in it as well. And me as well, because I want to see your videos. And hopefully we can all get a bit of a conversation going. Leave a comment down below if you don't want to make a video on where you would place these tiers on your listing. And leave a comment down below if you don't want to leave a video response on where you would rank these on your own list. And I will see you all in the next video. Stay wicked, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye.